because we are running out of time. We are short on time, so just let it rip, and if it works, it works.
Don't let it rip. Not on air. We're live.
I'm going to click over to the chat. Hopefully we are working. Multi-streaming. Connecting. I'm seeing results. It appears we are live on Mixer, Periscope, YouTube. Somebody confirm Twitch?
I will double check.
Twitch is always like the last to confirm with this service.
Yep, I got you on Mixer. I can
Okay.
confirm that.
All right.
All right.
Greetings, Koopalings, and welcome back to the Nintendo Shack. We're recording episode 97 tonight on September 4th, 2019. And how could we not kick off PSVG September to Remember without a big, fat Nintendo Direct? Player 2 in tonight's show is none other than Miss Caroline, and making a special return to the Shack is the human cheat code himself, Kevin from PSVG Prime.
He was so excited, he thought he was number 2. Did you see his face?
No, I was trying to figure out human cheat code, trying to figure out what that means.
Oh.
Before we begin the show, a quick thank you to all that support us at the producer level over at patreon.com/PSVG. Thank you, Callow, Barry, Josh, Chris, Devin, Kyle, Benji, Paul, and Joel, the Professor Switch, Voss. We appreciate everything that you do. It's going to be a rush show. Not because I don't want to rush it like I did last show, but because we are on a timer. We have another show to record. We've talked about this in the Discord. We put it on Twitter, but just in case you're hearing this first, we will release 2 episodes of Nintendo Shack this week. We were not anticipating a direct, or were we? But we'll have 2 episodes of Nintendo Shack. We have this one that you should be hearing as soon as possible. We just had the direct on Wednesday. This should be out by Thursday morning. And then we'll have another one following up shortly thereafter with a special guest that came to hang out with us in Nintendo Shack. So we are on a timer. We've got to get through this in an hour. So we're going to rush maybe some things. I don't know, but we're going to get started. And if we hit the hour mark, we got to go. We might just abruptly end the show. We got to bounce. So guys, they kicked off the Nintendo Direct with a bang, as we all expected. Overwatch kicks off the show. It's out October 15th. What do you guys think?
I already gave Blizzard my money for WoW, so I'm not giving them more money for this.
I'm excited. I probably won't get this, let's be honest. I have it on PS4, I think, already. I am impressed, though, that they are only going for the $40 and they're giving 15 bonus skins to start off. So they're giving a good value, though, for anybody who is interested in jumping in, or in the case of our buddy Kyle, double dipping, or in his case, triple dipping, I believe, for Overwatch.
Yeah. So I was trying to think of this earlier today because I can't really come up with a scenario where I would pay $60 to play Overwatch because I have the other consoles. It's affordable other places. Now that they've lowered it to $40, I could possibly even snake my way through Caroline's GCU to get it for $30-ish.
If you want. Now, here's the thing. Is there a subscription for monthly?
No.
Nothing like that?
Nope.
Okay.
You just buy the game and get to play it.
Also, the 15 bonus skins, are they givens, or can you choose which one you want? Diva's my girl, man, and her skins are boss.
They're probably pre-selected, it sounds like. I don't think you get to pick which ones. Because I know they do limited time for certain skins, too, so it's probably ones.
There's so many characters. I remember when Overwatch launched, and there were like maybe 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably my biggest blind spot of this generation. This is such a huge game. So many people play it. I've never played it. Not a free weekend, not a demo, not one match. So maybe it's finally coming. I'm thinking, and the reason I'm leaning towards Switch, not only because I do love the Switch, so fanboy is aside, Jack plays the competitive shooter, which we've chronicled here for a year plus now. He might be into Overwatch. That kind of gives me the extra urge to maybe get it on Switch because he'd play it more on Switch. His friends have Switch, they'll bring it to the school. It's worth mentioning, I pulled this from the press release that went out just before the Direct aired. The Overwatch Legendary Edition for Nintendo Switch will be available in a boxed version containing a code to download the game.
Yeah.
So this is not a physical cartridge. You will be buying a download either way.
Sonic Mania did that with the collector's edition when they came out with the big box that I paid $79.99 for the Super Sonic trophy or whatever it was, and they gave me a code.
But at least they gave you something. Like, you got a statue. So, yeah, you got a code, but you got something. This is just a box.
Then they came out with a physical release like a year later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not getting a cartridge. It's just a download only. And it's interesting because you can buy a physical version of the download code for cheaper if you have access to, GCU, or if Walmart keeps doing the thing that they keep doing. Walmart keeps matching, this low price.
Amazon sometimes is doing price cuts at launch too.
Why isn't anybody digitally why aren't the digital shops competing in that space? That makes no sense, but that's not neither here nor there. They did show off a little bit more Luigi's Mansion 3, which is out on Halloween. Caroline, what did you take from this?
I really like the Egyptian pyramid ancient stuff. I think that's a neat thing because who doesn't? I love the creepy mummy kind of. I love learning about ancient.
We're gonna do Egyptian culture. We got it.
Egyptian culture, whatever.
The mansion, Luigi's Mansion, mansion culture.
Anyway, I have a big soft spot for Egyptian mythology and stuff like that. So if they can tie that kind of thing in there, that would be great. Mummies are cool. Disco floor is what I wrote down. There was a pirate floor. So it looks like it's just I kind of got the vibe that it's each floor is kind of like a different world or thematic, so to speak, which is cool. It's a good way to kind of freshen things up. You're not solely throwing all of your eggs into the creepy basket, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yep. It's very, I should have mentioned this last time we were talking about your spooky elements. Your level of horror is very like Goosebumps. You like Goosebumps level of horror, whereas I have a much heightened sense for the scary stuff.
Well, I don't like gore and I don't like killing and stuff like that. I can't do it. I have anxiety really bad.
I'm very excited for the mini games, especially if they can capture even just a bit of the magic that is Nintendo Land. The Luigi's Mansion Nintendo Land mini game is boss. That game is amazing on its own. So I hope they have something like that in here.
It looked pretty cute. We'll see. I was getting more Mario Party vibes than anything.
Yeah, sure.
Anything, Kevin?
I'm just still jazzed for this game. This is one of my big releases this year. I think it looks, graphically, it looks incredible. It's a really sharp-looking game, and I love the whole themed hotel. They're going for each floor is a different thing. The pirates, the restaurant. That's great. Keep it fresh. You
I like the
like you're in this giant
too.
thing.
I'm getting the Hollywood Studios vibes.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly. So I'm all for it. This just makes me more excited. They didn't need to show me anymore, but they did. So I'm happy.
Kevin, are you all excited about a free-to-start Kirby game, Super Kirby Clash? It's out now. You can go download it today.
So you're going to be surprised.
Because you are excited.
I think I will try it.
Of course you will, because you should, because it's good.
I thought this was cool. This was a cool idea. So this is what I think people would want more from a Kirby game. I get that.
Well, they did this stuff on 3DS. They have a couple of these little battle clashers or whatever they were called.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this seems cool enough to absolutely try out. I'm wondering what free to start means.
Yeah.
Is that really free to play and then you can buy extra stuff, or is this you can play the first couple levels and then you need to buy the game?
I think it's like a Pokemon Quest thing. You know how Pokemon Quest.
Yeah, if it's like that, that's fine.
Yeah, you could grind your way out that entire thing, or you could just unlock the game and play it. Yeah, that would be cool. I would appreciate it that way. I was when this was first announced, I was 100% sure it was for Nintendo Switch Online members only.
That's what I was
like, oh, okay, this is great, Nintendo Switch Online Kirby game, but it's not. So, and I was thinking the same thing. I was wondering because they showed all these cosmetics and upgrades. It's like, can you buy those separately? Is do you earn an in-game reward to do that, but you can buy those? I don't know. So we've got to get it. Like I said, we were 10 minutes. The show ended 10 minutes ago, so we were light on details. But hey, free Kirby game. I always like Kirby game.
Can't go wrong.
Caroline, take the next one.
Trials of Mana remake, which Trials of Mana is, for those of you guys that don't know, Seiken Densetsu 3 that never came to the United States until it came in the Collection of Mana, which was just released earlier this year. They are getting a remake, kind of like Secret of Mana got a remake last year or so. It's coming April 24th, 2020. They've added some new mechanics, like you can choose your character either goes light or dark for the certain class that you choose. This is another JRPG that I'll have to put on my list eventually. I need to play the original in its entirety because I did get Collection of Mana physically. I just haven't sat down I haven't even opened it, guys. I haven't even opened it.
Too busy playing WoW.
Playing WoW. That's true. The next game is something that we've been kind of on the lookout for a while now. Return of the Obra Dinn is coming to Switch. Finally announced. I think everybody that played this game on PC over the past year always thought it was going to come to Switch. All the podcasters that I've listened to for the past year, and I'm really throwing out kind of like the bigger sites, the Kotakus of the world, the Polygons of the world, they have talked about this game a lot. It made it into several Game of the Year lists last year. So apparently it's very, very good. It has like this black and white monochrome, like, style that I think can rub people the right or the wrong way. Like at face value, you're going to look at that game and you're going to know if that's a game you're interested in playing or a game that it's not. But if you look at it and you think it's something for you, the only thing that I could suggest to you is to go look up reviews of the game. If you've never heard about this game before, apparently this game reviews really well. Apparently it's very, very good. That's all I can say about it. I haven't played it. I haven't watched people play it. But from what I hear, it's a very, very good game. And if you've never heard about it and the style doesn't throw you off, you should maybe be excited.
Okay.
I agree. I mean, visually it looks interesting. Nothing that they showed me was making me think like, okay, I need to play this one. But I do appreciate the very unique art style for it, for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, the art style just from how detailed things were on top of the ship, it seemed like there was almost too much detail for it to just be outlines and filled space. So it would be something my eyes would have to adjust to. But I do like the kind of detective finding games. That's what I'm really enjoying.
And apparently, in that
saying-
regard, go ahead.
Are you saying you hate those blurred lines, Kara?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you just said
That's some PSVG Prime stuff slipping in.
I
Sorry.
can't believe you just said that.
Apparently, the detective stuff and the story stuff is really, really good. I've heard Jason Schreier go on and on about this game. I think he talked about this game for like 5 podcasts in a row. It's like he loved the game. So that's all I can say about it. Cool. Little Town Hero, a.k.a. Town. That game we've been expecting from Game Freak. That game we all thought was next year.
Yep.
Easy next year. Nope. It's out
We'd
before
never seen
Luigi's
it.
Mansion. It's out next month.
Yeah.
It's out
for
I've
Pokemon.
never seen it before, and it's literally like within the next 6 weeks.
Yep, it's out October 16th. They showcased the battle menu, which I didn't catch it. So I saw the radial wheel.
Flip between weapons, pretty
So
much.
you pick and choose, and it's turn-based.
Yes, it's similar to Pokemon.
Okay, because for a moment I
that
saw them like spin the option, and I got the impression, I was like, is it like random? You like spin the wheel?
No.
I didn't
Okay,
catch that.
that's what I was wondering. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't catch that. It's hard to take notes and watch at the same time.
Yeah.
It looks good. Looks like RPG. I know Caroline's very, very excited. They made her more excited because
Toby Fox, the creator of Undertale, who has amazing tunes in that game, by the way, is doing the music for this game. What an amazing honor for him! Like being brought on by one of Nintendo's main developers to do music for this. It's incredible.
with this game being, they didn't give us a price for it, right?
No, but I'm pretty sure it'd probably be a $59.99 game if I had to
So what
guess.
I was going to say, with this game coming out soon, with the limited amount of time that we built up to it, are we thinking this is like a big game? Because I'm starting to get the sense maybe it's smaller in nature than we think. Maybe it's a budget
could
release.
be, maybe. But why would they do that if Pokemon is literally within the next month?
Because Game Freak releases a lot of smaller little indie-ish types
Sure.
of games. They've done that on the 3DS in the past and whatnot. I don't think they've ever had the spotlight by Nintendo for a game like that as much as
But
this.
literally a month before? I
That's
would
why-
have held it until early next year.
I kind of think it's not that big of a game. Like
That's
that's
what
my
I'm thinking,
impression
too.
that I get is it's like kind of small. I mean, I don't want to price a game just by looking at it or whatnot, but like the impression based on how they're positioning it, when they're releasing it, how much they've let into it. This
We'll
hasn't been
see.
this hasn't been demoed or previewed at like PAX. We had not known it's coming this soon. Makes
We've
me
never
think
seen
maybe it's
anything
like
about it.
maybe it's like a budget, like a, what's the right word? I keep saying budget, and budget sounds wrong. That's not the word I'm trying to think of. Maybe like
know
an
what you mean.
experimental type game. This is a game for them to like test some stuff out, flex their legs and whatnot. So
I'm going to
Yeah,
check sites while we're talking to see
I'm
if
still-
there's a placeholder yet.
I'm still thinking it's $60, but I'm with Donnie. I think it's a small game. I think it's gonna be short. You got to factor in stealth release, no information since they announced it 2 E3s ago, and all of a sudden it's coming out, and they're dropping it right before a game that they know is going to steamroll right over it. Like Pokemon is going to sell 10 times what this game will sell.
for
And
sure.
As I said to Carol before, like I was interested in Town when we first heard about it. I was like, okay, let's see if they do something different. And unfortunately for me, my impressions are it's not different. It's Pokemon minus the Pokemon.
Ooh, really? So I think it's
Still
more than that.
monsters. You're fighting monsters. You're doing turn-based combat based on it's rock paper scissors combat again.
True, but you're like the whole idea is instead of traversing the land and collecting all your badges to go ultimately become champion is you're helping this town. You're like building this town. So it's like the city builder, Mario Maker 2, raise this castle type thing as you defeat all the folks.
I didn't get that impression from it, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah, we both could be. We saw it for
we have zero details.
We
other
saw
than
it for
some
18 seconds and then we hit record.
Pretty much.
Banjo-Kazooie is out today for Smash Ultimate, and Sakurai was doing a presentation and demo right after the direct end. I watched 2 minutes of it and I had to go.
Apparently, he showed off some, speaking of Toby Fox that we were talking about, they were showing off some of the new things coming in this pack, and one of them is a Mii costume for Sans.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That leak out there that we've been talking about for past couple of weeks kept saying Sans was going to be in Smash and all this different stuff. I think that's a little far for Undertale, but that's just my opinion, I guess.
Well, he is in Smash now. So you
well, that's true. That's true. I meant like as the fifth character in my DLC pass. I would have been upset.
He doesn't fight.
I would have been upset.
If
Sans got in before Shantae, I would have hit the mic furious. You're not gonna I would have been so pissed off.
Travesty.
Oh, I brought up 10 characters that I would rather have, but I would have been.
You can't have a character who doesn't fight in Smash. Like there's no combat in Undertale. What does he do? He just dodge until you get a final Smash.
He just taunts you.
Like
technically, there's combat, but not in the combat that you think. Yeah.
No combat.
So one of the cool things before we talk about the fighter that was announced that's leaked for a while now that we all know, I saw something that I never thought I'd see. Apparently in his demo, I saw this on Twitter, so it could have been faked. I don't think it is. Apparently in his little demo of Banjo, he mentioned that you can play the original Banjo right now if you go buy it on Xbox One. Like that was a screen. And it's play Banjo-Kazooie now on Xbox One.
No, but you didn't watch the thing?
I didn't watch it, no, because we were trying to put some notes
I made a note about it. He said that Rare is owned by Microsoft now, and that they are rival content holders, but that for the Banjo-Kazooie release, Rare welcomed us with open arms, and then he said, everybody go play the old Banjo-Kazooie games on Xbox systems, and then you hear like the people in the background that are filming just like dying laughing.
Oh, man. They should really release Rare Replay on Switch. I would totally. I mean, I buy it and still play it. I played Purple Dark 2.
I can't believe they haven't
not too
done
long
it.
ago, but I would rebuy it on Switch. All right, so getting to the news, everybody knows Terry Bogard from Fatal Fury is your fourth Fighter Pass DLC character. All right, I'm gonna get out of the way here. I never played Fatal Fury. I haven't played King of Fighters. I haven't played Samurai Showdown. I mean, this should not come shocking news to most people who have listened to PSVG for some time. I don't play mini fighters. Don't even play Smash all that much, and I definitely didn't play Neo Geo whatever things back in the day. So I'm gonna get out of the way and let you guys talk about it.
I'm kind of all right. So let me just go a set. That pixelized animation where everything was done in the old sky. It was incredible. Like I can't believe they went to all of the effort to do it like that. I saw my girl Nakaruru, and I was very upset when she didn't get the envelope. I was like, it's not her. Great. But I was thinking about it. It makes more sense now for a Neo Geo game to come to here. Literally, there's a million Neo Geo arcade games on the Switch right now.
Yep.
I don't know if you've seen. There's like
I got
between
Turf
20
Masters
and 30
games.
Yeah,
dope.
yeah. So there's a presence of Neo Geo and SNK stuff.
Plus, there's the SNK versus Capcom series,
there
right?
Is. Yes,
yeah,
that's.
I'm not saying it's not deserving. I'm just saying I personally have, as somebody who bought the Fighter Pass, this moves the needle in no direction for me whatsoever.
Same for me,
I don't
too.
care.
Fatal Fury is not I would prefer a Samurai Showdown character personally. I get that Fatal Fury is big stuff, but as Rebecca and I were talking about, he is physically so similar to Ken.
It's just Ken with a ball cap.
Pretty much.
That's it.
And long ponytail,
Luigi's just like Mario, but skinnier and taller.
Yeah, but he has. I guess you're right.
They play differently.
It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what different mechanics they have for him being from a similar fighting game to Street Fighter.
Yeah, well, Terry's different. I mean, he's different in the fact he's not doing like karate. He's more street fighting, like literally street fighting. Like he's down and dirty. He's more like Final Fight style of combat, where it's like the kick, punch, throw beer bottles at you kind of guy versus I'm going to throw.
Can they put beer bottles in Smash?
Why not? You stab people, you shoot people with guns. Like you throw a beer bottle, it's fine.
Yeah.
Make it root beer.
Over the
root beer
line.
It's a root beer.
Root beer bottle. It's fine.
Duff beer.
Snake throws grenades. Like Link throws bombs. Like the beer bottle is less lethal than those things.
Duff Man for Smash. That's all I
yeah.
just got. I just got Duff Man. How amazing would it be? Duff Man. That would have been that'd be great.
So I just traded in Smash. There's no secret there, and I never bought the pass. None of the characters were popping for me. The other one I was mildly excited for was actually Banjo.
Sure.
This, like Donnie, doesn't move the needle to make me regret trading it in or say, oh man, I need to rebuy it. No, I'm still good, and I'll save the next portion. I have other thoughts on your next note here.
The most important thing that came out of the Smash news is they announced that more DLC characters will come. Now, when they talked about it, Caroline both thought it was to be included in the Fighter Pass. The PR release made that very clear. It's not. So the Fighter Pass will give us the 5. We're still waiting for the 5th and final pass member. And then they will release new characters that will not be a part of the pass. You'll have to pay for them individually as they come out.
Or they'll do another. They might do another pass.
They might do another pass. But what I imagine is they'll probably be pay for each one. And then after 4 or 5, after they'll bundle them together.
It's
after
never going to be able to retire, bless his heart.
So we don't know how many, and we don't know when. So it's hard to get too excited, but like if you had a rooting interest in someone, like
there's
hope,
still a fire.
Yeah, their hope is not lost. Maybe we can get Shantae in Smash. So,
Please.
anything else? Like, does anybody have? I know
No,
everybody
I'm
likes
not
Gino and
surprised.
Goku. Shantae's the one.
no
I would
Goku,
love to
please.
put Shantae in Smash.
If it's an anime, there's no need for it to be in.
No, they have their own fighting games. No, I will just say I was not shocked or surprised at all at this announcement when they said, "Hey, we're going to make more characters." So it's like,
We said that in the beginning when they said only 5. I was like, they've got to be making more.
I'd be down for more Fire Emblem and more Xenoblade characters. And I know Smash people hate maybe hearing that,
Maybe
but
that's what they're doing. Maybe
put
they're
Pyra
going to
and
add
Mithra in there. Like, do it. Let's do it.
Byleth. And,
I'm all for it.
Dude, Edelgard has got the biggest cult following.
I would
It's
love.
crazy.
I mean, how cool would it be if there was a 3 Houses character where the Echoes were the 3 captains?
Oh no! Don't tell me
See,
that.
like how good would that be? That
There's
would be
gonna be a-
amazing.
Basically, train them in whatever weapon you want.
that'd be
they
so
could
good.
Have axe, sword, bow. All right, that's a whole different thing for
That'd be
another.
so
There's going to be a
another time.
Luigi Shadow Fighter.
All right, I'm going to move quickly here. So Link's Awakening got another tease. They showed
Yep.
Dungeon Maker, Dragon Quest 11. They mentioned the free DLC Champions Pack. Did we know about that before? I felt like we did.
I feel like we
I
did
don't-
too.
Okay.
I don't think
They
so.
showed like the same clip, that same clip where he's wearing the different outfit running across the bridge. That's
I
been
thought,
shown.
I was
don't know.
watching. I was like, that's not the first I've heard of this. But
No, I think
maybe
it's a
I'm
reminder.
confusing a PS4 thing, or I don't know.
Could be.
Tokyo Mirage Sessions #FE comes back to haunt Kevin's life with the Encore Edition. It's coming to
So
Switch
rad.
in
So
January.
This is the game that in the rumors are, hey, there's this game coming out that nobody asked for.
Yep, this Wii U
Is
port.
this game?
This is
Like,
the one.
In Japan, yes, sold. In the US, did not sell that great. So
Nope.
why?
I'm literally the only person that you know that played it.
Yes.
And if you've
I've
been
meaning to play it.
if you've been with Nintendo Shack since the beginning, we've had
God,
many
before
an
the beginning,
episode
yeah.
where Kevin made fun of my adoration for Tokyo Mirage Sessions #FE.
Boys in bathing suit shorts, tight
Sure.
bathing suit shorts, dancing Tokyo Mirage hashtag
They highlighted-
# sharp FE $.
They
deluxe
highlighted
edition.
Tiki, which is cool. They're going to add a new song, which is cool. I am not going to rebuy this game. I did not finish this game. What I will leave you with is what I've told
Somebody Twitch
Caroline.
clipped that. Somebody Twitch clipped Donnie saying he's not buying this game. So
I'm
when
not
he
buying
buys
this game
again. So when he buys it again,
No, I still have it. Caroline's seen it.
You're
I
gonna
still
buy it
have
again.
this
You're gonna
game.
buy it again.
I still have it. I have it on Wii U.
You
I
don't
have
have a
it.
Tiki song. You don't have Tiki song.
I don't need
You have
that.
the physical?
Yeah.
Can I buy it from you?
No.
So he can buy
Why
the Switch
are you
version.
keeping it?
I never get rid of my Fire Emblems. Why?
Okay.
Not a Fire Emblem.
Not
It's really not a Fire
Revolution.
Emblem game.
Megami game.
Just Dance Tokyo
Yeah, it really
Mirage,
is not a Fire Emblem game, but I did enjoy it. It was fun. It has like some of that. You can see. I'm not sure if it had any influence on where Fire Emblem Three Houses went, but it is kind of there's a bridge there from old school Fire Emblem through Tokyo Mirage Sessions to Fire Emblem now. Tokyo Mirage Sessions, if you remember, had more of that Persona-esque elements to it, and that was the thing that I brought to the podcast when it was released back in the day. I thought it was a good, not great game. It is a good RPG. There's a lot to it, dungeon crawling and all that, and it's fun. I did like the J-pop, as I've been told.
Anime is
The K-pop stuff is the best part of the game. So if you're not into that, you're not going to enjoy it because
K-pop.
there's literally like mini like segments of the game where you're in a music studio. So like if you're not into that, you're not going to like it. All right, Deadly Premonition 2 comes out on Switch in 2020. The original game, Deadly Premonition, is out today on the eShop. Now, we got hit with questions, and I got hit with a tag from Grouchy Surge saying, hashtag Donna game. Here's the thing. I've never played this game. I know what this game is, and the reason why I've never played it, it's bad. If you go look up this game on Metacritic,
90%.
What?
Are you looking at the wrong game?
Deadly Premonition 2.
Look at 1, not 2. Mm-hmm. Deadly Premonition 1. 90% like this video game on Google.
On Google? What does that mean?
It's not about like if you search on Google.
I'm watching like both of them at the same time, and this is just, if you're not watching, this is great video.
Deadly Premonition on Xbox in 2010 has a Metacritic of 68. But Deadly Premonition 2 is the highlight of the show. That's what they talked about. That's the one that they focused on. The best review for it on OpenCritic is a 70, and the first line of that review says, Deadly Premonition 2 is so bad, you have to play it. It makes it good. Like, that's the opening thing. So that's what I remember from the series, and that's why I never played it. I never heard anybody tell me that it was great. I knew about it. I think I might even have bought the original on Steam. I think I even have the Steam game. And I think I tried it back when I had my Alienware. Didn't look great. It's not remastered. Like, it's very much a port. Yeah. It's the game. It's the old 360 version. It's an old game. But from everything I've been told, up until this moment of Kevin telling me that it's good, I've been told that it wasn't so hot.
It's not. I've not
never
great.
Played
it has technical issues more than design issues. Like, it's a good execution of an idea. It just technically wasn't there.
So
at
grade
the time
7
it was released.
Luke Lore grade 7.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean,
I think you would enjoy it, depending on the price. I mean, if it's $60 for Deadly Premonition 2, hell no. But if it's something more reasonable, it's worth giving it a shot.
Can't be that old. You can buy this game for like $2 on Steam.
That's what I mean. If it's like $20 or $30, I think it's worth a go. I never played 2. I played 1, and just technical issues is more what it had back then.
Okay, and I've really only ever followed 2. I never actually got into 1.
Yeah.
But like, it has this whole Resident Evil Eternal Darkness type thing, but I don't think it ever reached that acclaim.
No, it didn't.
Okay, so maybe. Divinity Original Sin 2, talk about a highly rated game. Now, this is a big RPG, World of Warcraft type thing. This game is beloved. Every time this game has come up, and I think this is, if I remember, and the counting is wrong, but Kevin, you and I have discussed this game on podcast 2 or 3 times now. Like, when it made its way to console, I think we're on PSVG, and I've told you, every time it comes up, what do I say? I've never played it, but every time I hear about it, people act like it's the greatest game ever made.
Yes.
And if you look it up on Steam, it has 50,000 reviews that average out to a 10. And Metacritic's like a 95. People love this freaking game. This game's amazing. I've never played it. Ever.
Which makes it a shame that the visuals we saw on Switch were absolute garbage compared to everything every other release. So it's kind of sad.
Did not look good.
That Metacritic score is going to go down a little bit, I think, with the Switch release.
That's true, but a great game. If you've never played it and you're into RPGs, a great game on the way. Speaking about another great game on the way, Pete Hines from Bethesda drops in to announce Doom 64.
Thinking about Kevin.
The first re-release of Doom 64 comes to November 22nd. Kevin, you've got to be stoked to play Doom 64 on your Nintendo Switch, right?
I'm more excited for this than I was Turok. I'll give you that much of this. So,
Turok. Turok 2 is way better than Doom 64.
I don't know, listeners, you let us know on that one. Let's do a Twitter poll on that one. No, it is very cool. And if you think about it, what every Doom game is now going to be available on Nintendo Switch.
That's true.
That's
super cool.
I think it might be it's the first console because Doom 64 has never put on anything else. So
which one runs better, Doom 64 or Doom Eternal?
Well, I think it's a straight port of the 64, so it might be Doom Eternal, might still be better.
Wow.
At least Turok 2 was remastered.
This is true. Fair enough.
We saw a new multiplayer shooter game, Rogue Company, new IP from Hi-Rez Studios, comes out next year. I thought what we showed looked, I don't know what they were capturing it on, but if that's a Switch game and it runs like that on Switch, it looked pretty decent. Not like it wasn't blown away, not Overwatch great, but looked good. I was like, it looks like a good, competent shooter. I mean, is there anything really more to take from that? I don't know.
No, not yet. I think we'll see more on it. It's a very cool idea. Like you said, it's very much Overwatch, team-based combat with hero, selection there. So it could be cool, but a $60 release, I don't know. But
they didn't talk about the modes and stuff. They said there were modes. They're like, you compete with your friends, but they didn't really dive into the game. So it's really hard to take much away from it,
Yeah, I think it's just dropping the map. You might have capture the flag mode. You might have kill all your opponent mode type deal. I think it's gonna be like that, using your special abilities and stuff, similar to like Apex, but on a smaller scale with just 2 teams.
Okay. Caroline, hit me with some Pokemon news.
Pokemon Sword and Shield. We got character customization.
I'm gonna take a nap. I'll be back in a couple.
Oh my gosh. So they showed like tons of outfits similar to what you could do in X and Y. Yeah, similar to what you could do in Sun and Moon. It's back. I'm glad. They added Pokemon Camp, which is a thing where you can play mini games with your Pokemon, level them up, kind of, gain affinity with your Pokemon. You can also visit other people's camps and see their Pokemon if they're like stationed their little tents out in the wild. They showed a weird mechanic where you cook curry and rice, and there's like over 100 different cooking recipes for just curry.
Which
Just
that's super.
curry.
That's super. Specialized for England, which is the game is set in. Rice and curry is big deal there.
Is it?
No, not at all.
No,
That's my
he's
point.
being sarcastic.
It doesn't
Well,
match
that's
the
just-
theme
that's what
of this.
That's
Well,
what
I mean,
said.
England
That's
took
what I was
over a
telling
lot of
Brian.
countries that make
Right.
curry.
That's what
do
I was
fish and
telling
chips.
Brian was talking about it, and he's like, they have a lot of Indian immigrants, and so like
Yes, they do.
they have adopted a lot of like
Adopted?
Indian cuisine and stuff.
Is that the word we're
Adopted?
using now? Adopted? I thought they took
For
it.
just $1 a day, you can adopt.
They
These.
I'm saying they have-
claimed they took over these
No,
people
I'm saying there's a lot of Indian immigrants in England right now
because they were
and they've adopted
taken.
their culture. Oh my
Also,
God.
the world's largest population, so they're kind of everywhere.
That's
we have a lot
true.
here
That's
in the
true.
U.S.
I'm
in case
messing.
you weren't
I'm
aware.
just joking.
Anyway,
around.
I like curry, but I don't know if I like it enough to cook 100 times different flavors and stuff.
You will.
I don't know.
You need to
We'll see.
complete that checklist.
I
That's
probably
100%.
will.
That's true.
Yep. So in the middle of that, they showed this adorable ghost
do like this one.
possessed teacup, like Brian's
Teapot.
calling it teapot. Yes, excuse me. Brian's calling it Mrs. Potts the
Right.
whole time.
Yeah.
It's called Poltergeist instead of Poltergeist, which is just precious.
It's right up there with Guiji.
The British like their tea, so of course we have Poltergeist. Cramorant, which is this weird. I said it looked like the bird Kevin from Up, kind of.
Yes, kind of. Yeah.
Mixed with those like pelican pelipper things from Super Mario Sunshine, the blue ones. Anyway, it's just a dirt bird, and it has a gulp missile move, which is apparently the only Pokemon that can use this move, where it regurgitates a fish that it swallowed and spits it right at the other Pokemon's face, which is absolutely disgusting.
It's the drunken frat boy of Pokemons.
I don't know if drunken frat boys eat
They
fish.
regurgitate all over their opponents.
I don't want to think about that. And then the biggest letdown for me is we still haven't seen what these evolutions, yes, I would like some more EVs, but evolutions for our 3 starters. Where the heck
They're going
are
to wait
they?
till the week before this game comes out
Yep.
to show you at this point. I always say
prime that
to-
engine
I
till
need to
mass
solidify it.
capacity, and then they're going to unleash the floodgates. Let the Pokemon
I need to
come.
solidify my starter right
No,
now.
you're buying both versions. I left the room when this part of the direct came on because I was like, all right, I can clean up dinner because I was eating dinner as this was going on. But I knew it's Pokemon, so I was like, I don't need to be there for the whole thing. And I came back in during the new Pokemon thing, so I saw that stuff. But my 4-year-old daughter was watching. I was like, keep watching. Let Daddy know if anything happens. You see Pikachu or something like that. She comes running out of the other room
You
and
see
she's like,
Pikachu.
Daddy, they can go to the salon and you can do their hair. And I'm
Yeah.
like, the
Bless her
people or the
heart.
Pokemon? She's like, both of them. I don't know if that's true or not, but I was just like, okay,
Yeah.
that was her highlight of the whole direct. Was
Of course.
Oh, yeah. You can put on makeup. And
Get
I
your
said,
style
10-year-olds
savvy on.
should not- 10-year-olds should not be allowed to put on makeup, but okay.
Oh man, it
You
looks
know.
great. I'm
It
still
does look really good.
super excited. Like top of the list. Cannot wait to play a new Pokemon game. I'm ready for it. The camps thing was interesting because I got it. Like we've had these little Pokemon farms where you pet the Pokemon and do things before. But then
yeah.
there was said, but then your friends could come and visit your camp. And I was
I
like,
think
so
it's-
is there like a camp building aspect to it, or is it just a
I don't
thing
think
you can
there's
do?
building.
Probably
I
just
think it's like
visit it.
show off your Pokemon. Like you can like show off your type.
But they mentioned you
know.
can level them up while you're there. So I'm wondering if you can do like some sort of stat manipulation through mini games or something. That's the
know.
only thing that caught my eye.
maybe.
I feel like, especially with the cooking, they're pulling some pages from Quest.
Anyway, all right, we got 20 minutes. Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online.
Finally,
Hey, Donnie,
Lord,
you
did
noticed
they-
did you notice they made a point to say Super Nintendo Entertainment System, not
Yeah.
SNES? Just want to point that out.
It is the
I just
SNES.
want- Okay. I don't really know. They were clear.
it
to
is the
not use
SNES.
those.
They've went on record. Nintendo has went on record and said it is the SNES.
All right, we don't have time for this. Go.
But why did they take a point? Like, that was the first thing I said to Caroline is, what a mouthful. Why did they? The Super Nintendo Entertainment System. This is the classic system all over again, Kevin.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
The classic mini edition console. 20 games out tomorrow for Nintendo
That's-
Switch
that's
Online
incredible.
subscribers. We'll add more. They showed off a fancy new SNES Bluetooth controller. Here's the thing. When they showed off those NES Joy-Cons, you can only buy one per account. There's some fine print on the thing. You have to have a verified Nintendo Switch Online. It's a Nintendo Switch Online exclusive. And it says a limit of 4 per account. So here's the thing. We're in a family. We don't know if that's a limit of 4 for all of us or if it's a limit of 4 for each of us. Because on the NES ones, it was 1 for all of us. Caroline was
Right.
the only one that could buy them.
Yep.
I think that it's per account holder for the online service,
So
I think
per
so.
family.
Yep.
per family.
We're going to have to make some tough decisions about the family, I think. I don't know how many
mean, I'm
people are
good.
going to buy one of
I'm
these.
already laying claim to one. Dude.
I want one. That's 2.
Yeah.
I think Flex, Jason's going to want one, right?
That requires money. Jason might not want one.
That's true. Maybe we'll give one away for,
Ooh.
make September great again.
I want
Now
at
you're
least
talking.
2. If nobody's claiming a second one, I want at least 2.
No, you have to up your Patreon and see if you get pulled in the raffle.
Sure.
We could
No,
do
for
that
any
too.
of them. You don't get any. Donnie's keeping 1 and raffling off 3.
All right, so
Dumb.
they mentioned the games. I'm not going to read all 20 games. I'm going to mention the highlights, right? Star Fox, Kirby Dream Land, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World, Yoshi's Island. We get Tennis, Super Metroid. Of course, we get Link to the Past, Kirby's Dream Course, F-Zero, and a bunch of other stuff. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, if you like that. I don't like that game. But they'll have others that are coming down the line. So we knew the Super Nintendo cometh, and it came, and here we go.
Oh, big time.
20 games, and we'll get more that come out. And I do like that they... So when they showed the new icon, right, we're going to get to download a new icon. They're not going to mix up with my NES stuff, right? We're going to have a whole separate...
It doesn't sound like it. It
Oh
seems
no,
like
I'm
it's
sure
going to be separate.
I'm sure it'll be a completely different icon.
Donnie's
So,
hopes and dreams for Virtual
Yeah.
Console are coming true.
think
I said
so.
this 3 years ago.
I hope that they do something to help you with the organization, though, because it irritates the crap out of me.
So the
that
thing
NES
is, I
Online stuff.
resized all of mine to be really
I did
small,
too.
but then they added 60 more,
Yep.
and I don't go in there enough to resize
Right.
them. So now
That's what I
I'm
mean,
just
like,
not going to
we shouldn't have
resize
to
them
do that.
anymore.
We should just be able to like auto sort them or something.
That's true.
that.
Or like
Auto-size them.
I like the like I want like a rotating wheel or something. I don't want them like this splash of tile. There's
like
no
on the classics.
There's no separation between any
No.
of the tiles. They all just blend together. It's too much.
And then they add those SP modes, and it just duplicated the game, but it's
I'm
not
with
in the
you.
same order. It's not next to it. Drove me nuts. Yeah.
I'm 100% with you there. Tetris 99. Now, I kind of zoned out here because I was trying to take notes with
Yeah.
the Super Nintendo stuff. Here's what I got. There's DLC that you can buy, and you can
Yes.
like earn tickets by playing the
Yes.
game, which let you get
Yep.
themes and cool stickers and stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
And there's a physical release.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything
You
else?
got it. Nope.
Okay. Mario and
The
Sonic.
new paid DLC will allow 2 players to play on the same console, though, which I know some people are asking for that to do like a versus
yeah,
mode. Local,
yeah, that
But you
makes
need
sense.
the DLC for that, so that's kind of a
Will
little
the
bit of a
physical
jerk.
release include all DLC?
Yeah,
Right, but they
that's
didn't give,
good.
how much is that price though? Did they say?
I don't know.
Because it's a free game, so now you look at how much does the DLC stuff cost. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
$40.
yeah.
Bucks.
Mario and Sonic. Well, it's not a free game. It's free for Nintendo Switch Online. There are people that don't
Yes.
have it that don't even know
That's
this game
true.
probably exists.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Mario and Sonic the Olympic Games. They showed off the retro stuff. You get the 8-bit, 16-bit courses.
I
you
was
get to
not
go
aware
track
that the
and field.
retro things were taking a throwback to the 1964 Tokyo Olympics. I think that's a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
touch.
Yep.
Great touch.
Daemon X Machina got a little love, and they showed out a prologue demo that's out today. You get to carry over your progress. You get online co-op. I told Caroline in the voice chat, I think this game now needs to transition to becoming a Nintendo Switch Online game. They should just give this to people and let people play it and
Yeah.
try to monetize them this way. And I hate to say that. I know Kaiju's still very, very excited about it. I still want to play it, but there's just no way at all I'm going to pay more than $20 for this game with
There's
Astral
no
Chain
hype
just
for me
out
for
and
either.
Link's Awakening and Pokemon. Like it's too there's too much. I got Overwatch. There's a lot of choices here, and I feel like this one's getting buried. And the fact that it's a co-op game scares me too. So the fact that it's an online co-op thing, like you need to Game Pass this bad boy. Put it in some
Yeah,
libraries, get some
Kaido-
people playing it.
Yeah, Kaiju and Tom Servo, I think the only 2 people that were like hard yes on this game. I know Jason was even a maybe, depending on what's coming out. But like the more they show, the least it
Yeah.
doesn't look good. I don't know. I don't know. We could be wrong. Maybe it's awesome, but it's going to get.
Who knows?
I think either way, even if it's great, it's still going to get buried by the flood of games.
There's just a lot. There's a lot.
They're just going to outstage them.
With Castle Crashers and Ori, and like there's a lot of things, even in the digital space. I mean, there's like 30 games coming out this month, so it's tough sledding for this one right now. Kevin, what is Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast?
Dude, out of all the Star Wars games, why this one? I don't.
And it's not a remake, right? Like, I mean, because what I saw looked garbo.
I mean, if
it's
it
a
is,
straight port.
This looked horrible.
It looks really bad.
Horrible. Like, if you're going to do any and want that Nintendo legacy, Shadows of the Empire, the N64 game.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, the second they were like Star Wars.
I still can't get over how awful he looked when he throws the lightsaber and he's holding it. He's like this.
Yeah. The characters weren't even facing the right way as they're attacking. Like, it was, dude, it was so bad. Like, I'm all for, all right, listen, Star Wars on Switch. Good. That's a good thing. We're not getting it anywhere else, right? You know, as far as Nintendo should, game we're getting for them.
I mean,
but this is a bad one.
Nintendo should buy the license to like Rogue Squadron, or just they should just do ship stuff like Star Fox, but Star Wars. Do that.
Yes. Yep.
And just let everybody else have the Jedi.
Yes. Have that Nintendo legacy. We had those games on there. If you want to do Shadows of the Empire, do that one. Like, have the Nintendo legacy at least behind it, because this one makes
talk about Doom 64
zero sense.
I would buy the Battle for Naboo thing. Like that. Like if they were like, it's out now, I would buy it.
Bring back Pod Racers. People like that too. Like,
yeah, that game looks bad. So we've got EA's awesome looking Star Wars game, and to get in on the action, they released this.
Yep.
Oof, rough.
Bad.
Assassin's Creed 4 and Rogue come with all DLC and motion controls. They always highlight that, just like Overwatch. With Assassin's Creed: The Rebel Collection, we didn't get a date or a price. So this one's been kind of leaking. The SKUs have been popping up. I know it's like in Brazil and Italy. I think these got listed for the past week. People have known about this. I don't like Assassin's Creed 4, but I did play it. I played a lot of Assassin's Creed 4 because that was a big release when it came out. So I think it's cool that a game like that can run on a portable. I think that's kind of neat.
Well, did you look carefully at those?
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, just like Assassin's
not Star
Creed
Wars
3.
bad. Like, it was a good thing it followed after Star Wars because it looked good compared to that. But like, you looked at, so you know, Black Flag.
I'm trying to be
ship combat. And
I'm trying to be nicer.
Cardboard cutouts.
Trying to be nicer. Right?
No,
There's the Daniels of the world that like The Witcher and everything. It's not a console. This is a 3DS successor. It's a portable system. It's cool that it can even run it.
Witcher looked better than any of these other ports that we're seeing. That's the problem. It's like, so we talk about subpar ports. We got a lot in this direct, and Witcher looked best leaps and bounds out of all of them. Like, I'm glad you're doing it, but like, here's the thing: like, Vita had Assassin's Creed, so Switch should be able to handle, but it should be able to handle a little bit. But to have these big epic ship battles and have your crew on board as literal cardboard cutouts of people just not moving, that's just, don't put them there then. Like, those are the things I'm crying out. Like, if you're going to do it, put some effort into it. If it's not systematically capable, fine. But make reductions and don't just make it look like Garbo to put it out.
Sure. And we'll see. We'll judge it when it comes out. Right.
Yeah,
we have comparisons and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be good. My only issue with the offering is, like I said, I wasn't into the big ship pirate combat, which I think that's divisive. People either love 4 for that or they hate it. But here's the thing. I still haven't played Rogue. I've held on to it for so long. I've never played Rogue. If they released Rogue separately, I might have. But having it bundled with 4, I'm like, absolute no. It's like an immediate no for me. I'm like, nope, not at all.
That's true.
They showed Dauntless again. Still no date. I want to play this game. I want to play free-to-play Monster Hunter. Sounds fun.
And this looks more entertaining to me than Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is like overwhelming for me, I think. I've tried it a few times. I just can't get into it. But Dauntless seems to be a little more accessible.
Yeah,
it's like simpler. Simpleton Monster Hunter.
There are some things in like the older Monster Hunter games, which Generations Ultimate was based off of the old original Monster Hunter formula, that I think are more user friendly compared to what Monster Hunter has developed into. And I think Dauntless is definitely one of those nice middle ground type things that people can just jump into.
Monster Hunter is a cascade of statistics and menus.
Yeah, I want to see what it looks like on Switch because like the footage there was like not actual gameplay footage.
Right.
They said in the bottom, so like
apparently it's all the rage on Steam.
I know people love it.
Yep. We had a sizzle reel. They showed all kinds of stuff: Grid, Farming Simulator, Ni no Kuni, NBA 2K20. For all the games that they showed, by the way, I mentioned this, Caroline, in voice chat. You know, like Witcher, I still stand by it. Witcher does not look great. It looks like playable. I wouldn't call it good. It still looks fuzzy and edgy. Like if you've seen The Witcher, it doesn't look good.
It looks better than I thought
playable.
It would.
Like you could deal with it, but it doesn't look good. I wouldn't call it looking good. NBA 2K on Switch looks good. It's a good looking like version of the NBA game, and much better than some of these other big AAA games being downported to Switch. Okay. You disagree?
Yeah, I didn't think it looked that great. I thought actually that sizzle reel, the best looking one that we got actual footage from, because Outer Worlds made it a point saying not gameplay footage, like not footage from Nintendo Switch. Now, not a good game, but Vampire, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
That one actually looked okay, but keep in mind that's very dark, very fuzzy. You can get away
it's
with
foggy and all that to begin with. I mean, NBA 2K on Switch, you play it, it looks fine. Like,
oh, it definitely looks playable. It just didn't look as polished as we're used to seeing when we see the NBA games. You're like, oh my god, this doesn't look anywhere near
it can't look like PS4. I'm saying for the downport, for running on, like, it looks good. It's a good looking game.
I'd say it's comparable to Witcher in those regards. Like, it's definitely playable. Looks good enough.
Yeah. Caroline. We got a whopping
Caroline and Kevin.
We got a whopping, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however, did a whopping amount of Animal Crossing.
Yeah, it was closer to 10 minutes. All right. Where do we start with, Kevin? Like, they basically touched on all of the normal parameters of Animal Crossing. We touched back on things that people might not have, seen at E3 had they not watched the Treehouse stuff. There you start on the island. You have all of these phone apps and stuff. You can move your furniture inside your house or outside your house, which is game breaking for the series. Then they touched on just the normal Animal Crossing things where you can collect bugs and fish, and there's new things every month and stuff. And then they kind of threw salt and peppered in some stuff that we haven't had before. Digging up a whole tree, and replacing it where you want it to be. Like, that's huge for me. How many times have I been like, there's a tree here, I don't want to, plant a new one. You don't want to chop it, and you don't want to chop it down because they to grow up again. We can turn in our weeds now instead of just throwing. Actually, you didn't even pick up your weeds before. They weren't pickup items, they were just, they disappeared. Brian said that Tom Weed be in the dealing business. So you can catch snowflakes. That's got to be some sort of crafting thing.
Yeah. I bet those are used to I bet they do things like leaves and snowflakes are for helping craft holiday items like fall furniture.
Oh, that would be so good. I love that idea.
Because you got to figure now the thing that one of the biggest things they showed was the whole Tom Nook area that we don't have the separate shops anymore. It's all there. So they have to have some way of compensating. You might be able to build them eventually or craft them.
Yeah.
But,
I think you will be able to build up on that and probably expand the Nook shop area. Right. Oh my gosh, Kevin, I need this game right now.
I'm excited. This was the most I saw because I actually didn't watch the Treehouse stuff because I was just mad at them for not having anything there and talking about it really at all except for Treehouse. So I'm excited for it. It looks good. I'm all for it. I want to see more.
We have 6 more months. Is that how many we have?
Yep.
A long time. More than that.
Donnie's
feels
laughing
like
at us.
7 more. What are you laughing at us for?
I'm not laughing at all. I'm not laughing at you guys at all. I am reading the chat that I haven't been monitoring. And Coach and Dev have been on Mixer causing all kinds of trouble. Caroline, they're calling Georgia fans short. They're saying Nintendo don't. I mean, they are throwing shade. Hard shade. It is hilarious.
Boys, do I have to come over
there?
They
think we're not watching Mixer. Little do they know that all of the chats from Twitch and everything are all compiled into one view for me. I've seen them all.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I just can't chat because we're on I keep looking at the time and I'm trying to get through the notes, so I haven't been chatting. But Romaine is in there. Romaine says Deadly Premonition's a hashtag Donnie game. So maybe him and Grouchy, maybe I'll give it a try.
So before we move on to the next news, I want to give a warning to everybody, all Shack listeners. If you're listening with earbuds, take them out now, turn it down, and we'll let Carol go on to the last news that they talked about.
Well, hey, I do want to say about Animal Crossing.
No, nobody cares about you and Animal Crossing.
No, it looks better. The crafting stuff kind of concerns me a little bit.
The weather system, can we talk about weather?
The weather looks great.
Stuff.
That's a good thing.
The wind looks great.
All the individual leaves on the tree blowing. Oh, it looks fantastic.
Looks really good.
But I'm worried, how much of this crafting, it really seems like it's baked into the entire part of the game. You've got to know it all.
Well, the app has it all. It tells you. You don't need to know it all. You just need to collect stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
A la Stardew Valley, a la Harvest Moon. It's just collect your resources. You find them, collect it, keep it, store it somewhere.
Okay. But the whole, crafting this shovel to get the new thing to craft the better shovel to craft, that's something I've never gotten into. So I don't know about that one.
You just keep your crappy shovel. It's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You'll be fine.
I mean, I like my Animal Crossing where I just had the shovel. Why do I need 18 shovels?
Upgrading your weapons in a game?
We've been over this. Dev knows this. This is an established thing, Caroline. This is not a thing. Just give me the Lancer and let me go shoot stuff. I don't need to be bothered with now you've got to make, 18 versions of the same thing.
All right.
Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Now We knew this as soon as it hit.
As soon as I saw it, I said, those are the Bionis and the Mechonis.
And it was hilarious. Of course, Caroline squealed, high-pitched voice, very loud. But this is very, very exciting. We had thought that Monolith Soft had something to say, right? His wife retweeted. She has a history of doing that. We talked about in the Discord. This is really, really cool. I think this is way better than a Xenoblade X port coming. Because as much as I liked Xenoblade X, like I said, I never finished it, and I still have it, and I wouldn't replay it.
10 years later, we are getting a remade game.
Yep.
Looks like it's in the same engine that they used for either 2 or Torna.
You'd have to imagine so, for sure.
I mean, the models look fantastic.
This game has been begging to be remade forever. For a long time.
It was so muddy, on the Wii.
Worse on 3DS. And 3DS is terrible.
I like that they wanted to go for that realism thing, but with what they accomplished with the anime kind of style in 2, it really lends itself to that kind of style. I think they did an amazing job, and they hit it out of the park with that kind of style, but it's... Okay, Brian said that he will play this version because I struggled. I hope there's a lot of quality of life improvements with this game because flipping through 8 different things on the bottom bar is very difficult to do, as opposed to going through 4 different, attacks.
I got to tell you, if it's not, I won't replay it. But I mean, so my whole affinity, if you even call it that, my whole tie to Xenoblade comes back to this game and me having beaten it on the Wii. It was like the last stalwart of what I still consider a great console, and I loved this game at the time because it felt like a big console game, on the Wii that everybody had, moved on from.
GameStop exclusive, all of that.
So if they can shiny it up, make it look all nice and clear and crisp and HD, and
it was so different looking that I figured that it was a new game that was
she was like, it's a new game. I was like, no, it's not. It can't be.
A sequel to the first game.
And then if they can shiny it all up and give me all of the the home improvements, give me the new menus, easier navigation, better battle system, bake all of that Xenoblade 2 knowledge into the original Xenoblade, and it's a better game. I mean, I still think it's better, and I'll rebuy it and play it again.
Day one pickup.
Kev?
Oh wait, sorry, what are we talking about?
Cares enough.
No, not for me. I did play a little bit on Wii, so I will give it that, but nope.
All right, we got a couple questions. Let's get them and let's get out of here. How can I formulate a thought, let alone a thoughtful question after that? How about this? Did Nintendo just win E3 2020?
Let me go first.
Sean Capri.
No, there was no Pikmin.
Oh,
Mic drop.
Mic drop. The quest for Pikmin continues.
The next Pikmin game is going to be like a mobile game. Just wait.
It's crazy because we really don't have, outside of Xenoblade, now that we have Xenoblade, we have Metroid, like the specter of what we think Metroid is. It's not coming out next year. No. We don't know anything about 2020, really.
Xenoblade and Animal Crossing.
Shin Megami Tensei, maybe.
Okay.
I'm thinking E3 and beyond. You guys might catch my drift. I'm in gaming years. I always count from E3 to E3, not from January 1 to January. So after next year's E3, so we've got we'll have 3 or 4 directs between now and E3, and probably each one they'll probably give us a 2020 little tidbit. But they've got a whole new lineup to unveil to us. That's very, very, very exciting. On top of what has turned out to be an incredibly stacked fall. I said this
insane
last spring that they had to get it in now because we know what's coming, and they are. This is Switch's moment. This is its space. This is its niche. It gets to operate basically, I don't want to say unopposed because there's 100 million PlayStation 4s out there, but everybody else is gearing up for the next thing.
Yeah.
This is Nintendo space. They're the only ones game, sell software right now.
Well, that's why my serious answer is that no, they didn't win E3 2020 because they're getting the stuff out now because the other two are gearing up for that big console thing. So there's going to be huge news coming out of E3 2020. Yes, Nintendo, I'm sure, will go toe-to-toe with the big guys, but I think they may end up taking a back seat this year a little bit to those announcements simply because of the hardware and any new games that are coming to those platforms.
As I said when it was unveiled, Caroline, they still got Breath of the Wild 2, and that's going to be their next-gen console go up against. They're going to tell you. Yep. It's coming out not next March. Not this March, but the next March.
Yeah,
the March after next gen.
Right, but so that's my point, though. It won't be out in 2020. So it's still... I think next year is going to be a little bit of a backseat year for Nintendo. Not much. They're still going to bring out stuff.
That's fine. My backlog hurts.
You might be right. I mean, definitely after the run that they've had for these past 3 years, you could absolutely see them maybe taking a step back. But
Yeah.
I mean, as I say all the time, I still think they always have ports to pull from. I think they've got a
definitely.
Mario game. I think
Yeah.
they'll hit us with a Mario, and then I think they'll announce Zelda for 2021. And
Yeah, it's just you gotta remember, like this time last year, we had a bunch of games that we knew weren't coming out this year that we knew were coming out next year.
Sure.
As you
Right.
said, just we started this, we got Xenoblade and we have Animal Crossing.
Yep.
We don't know anything else,
Mhm.
so we knew more.
Deadly
Like we were
Premonition
like,
2.
where was Yoshi last
Deadly
year? Where was this?
Premonition
Where was that? Yeah, but I mean, with all this stuff that we don't know it's coming, so yes, they might have some of those, but are they going to pull
Rushmore.
Stealth Drop? After
Persona
Stealth Drop after
Scramble,
Stealth Drop?
baby.
God.
give me Persona Warriors.
Lord
But yes,
Almighty.
yes, we're on par. I think next year's game is a Mario game. That's
Yeah.
what I think it is. I'll have a big
Tokyo
new
Mirage.
shiny Mario game. And then Chalfie asked about Deadly Premonition. So he says, "Do I need to play Deadly Premonition?" I think we answered that question, or maybe not. We talked about that question. And did
I think
Caro
Chalfie
pass
would like it,
out
though.
during the Animal Crossing, or is she still playing WoW?
Both.
Caroline,
passed out
your
and-
WoW,
I'm excited.
your
I'm
WoW
excited.
addiction is tearing this community apart.
It's not. What have
Oh, it
I
is.
done?
You
What have I
apparently haven't been paying
done?
attention. This is all we talk about. You are perpetually in a Caro is playing WoW status. It does not change.
Let me just say, I'm
I
not
saw you
gonna
playing
be playing-
Photoshop earlier, but that was it.
Yeah, I'm not playing Classic anymore because Classic is a little bit too toxic for me. So I'm going back to retail on a casual basis.
What is retail? I don't like for normal
Retail is
folks.
just
that
the
don't-
main WoW.
But you're still playing WoW Classic. It's just
No, I'm not. I can't do it anymore. I
you're
just
playing
can't.
the old WoW now.
I'm playing
confused.
the
What is retail?
original WoW. Classic was going back to the original vanilla.
Right, but you're still playing the newer version of the game, like the upres graphics and everything.
Yes, on a casual
Still playing
basis.
So yeah, same thing will still continue on, everybody. She will not play any games except for that for a while.
I've been playing Astral Chain, but we'll talk about
Yeah.
that next week.
Maybe,
That'll take you a week.
maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, we probably won't have a show next week. Maybe. I don't know. To be determined. Right now, we're planning on taking next week off, and that's going to do it, guys. It's 7:58. We've got to get out of here. We've got to prepare for Shaq #2. I hope you enjoy it. We're very, very excited to release it to you all in short order, but that's been Nintendo Direct Day, September 2019. Follow us on Twitters at ShaqLife, at PSVG Kevin, at the Nintendame, at Play Nintendo. That's it for us, and we're going to get out of here. Good night, Koopalings.
Bye.